Day 2. It is extremely windy outside, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna give it a try. It's not that cold. It's 52 degrees, but the really strong wind, and so it's gonna be challenging. I might end up, I don't know, doing some work in here, but I really want to get all this garbage cleaned up. So maybe that'll be the focus. I'm not even sure I can find a place to set up the camera that it'll stay standing on the tripod because it's so windy. We'll see. So it's the end of day 2. It wasn't very long. I have a whole bunch of seeds I have to start this afternoon, so it was just going to be a morning job. Plus, it's so freaking windy. I actually still made a lot of progress. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. Oh, also, there was some excitement too. Not the fun kind. Okay, so I was able to get rid of the giant thing of landscape fabric that was up here. It was just kind of rotten in the ground. I was able to trim up some of the stuff around the greenhouse, but I did shred. So I remembered to bring 2 batteries for the weed whacker, but of course I forgot to bring string, and I shredded some string because if you remember what it looked like, there was a really high grass, weeds, thistles, all that kind of stuff. Got to start on this. I would love to be able to bring the mower in here, but I don't want to risk it because I'm not sure how I'm going to get up all of this. See that chicken wire? Well, hardware cloth. If it was chicken wire, it'd be a lot easier. So it's kind of hiding here underneath the grass in places, and it is buried under soil. I need to get it gone. It's okay to leave it up here because that's in a raised bed. It's still potentially a hazard, so I'm gonna have to excuse me, I'm gonna have to fold it down and tape the edges so that it's visible and doesn't cut anybody, especially me, because I'll be the one mostly harvesting. This, I think, is another bed, another raised bed, leaving this perfectly wide enough walkway to get around the greenhouse. So I just have to figure out how to, I don't know, get it standing back upright again or remove it. I'm not sure. So yeah, see here? And it's right at the edge. So I need to I think I want to pull it up. I just don't know how. I think we're going to need something hydraulic wise to get it up because it is under a lot of soil. So I got all of the bottles and garbage and stuff that was here cleaned up. Boy, there was some crazy stuff too in that pile of garbage. So this is a growing bed that needs to be, obviously I have to dig out roots and stuff. But then once I flatten this out, it's got a nice good boundary on it. I mean, it's a really nice raised bed once it gets cleaned up. This is the one I'm going to start first with occultation, covering it with the landscape fabric after I knock everything down. Oh, it's so windy. I'm sorry about the sound. I do have a microphone on order, so pretty soon, hopefully you'll be able to hear me better. Anyway, came down here and I was starting to clear out all the garbage here because there's a lot. And you see this long pipe? Okay, so at the end of it is what looks like a water filter. So apparently in this location, the lovely people I leased from had many years ago had one of those temporary trailers set up I guess when they were doing construction on the spice house. Anyway, you could see a sewer clean out over there. So apparently it had a toilet in it, and I guess a sink because there's a water filtration thing. So they said, yeah, just pull up all those pipes because they're dead. They don't go to anything. So pulled up this pipe, and instantly it was gushing water. Created this nice deep hole. Thankfully, it's not right now. So I basically took a video of it, called the landlords, and was like, hey, so we got to figure this out. Where's the main cutoff? I had forgotten that we are not on municipal water here. It is a well. So bonus of that is I was able to, they walked me through finding the cutoff for the pump. So we cut the pump off. I will come out here, excavate that pipe, seal it up with a cap, and then, see, there's water running again. Because the pump is draining out what's left in the giant reservoir that it's got. So it sucks to be having this water coming out, but I've already done what I can do. Okay, it stopped again. I've already turned off the pump, and like I said, I need to wait until tomorrow, come back, excavate the pipe, and just put a cap on it. It's not a big deal. I've done that before. So that was the excitement. So that was the excitement today, and it wasn't really the good kind, but the landlords are lovely people, and so they helped walk me through it. I just was like, I didn't want them to be upset, and I also didn't want to waste any water. It is so precious here. So I'm glad that worked out. I do want to take you on a really quick walk before I close out day 2 to see what is the part of the property that I'm not leasing, and tell you a little bit more about that. So as I've said before, this is the Spice House. It's even got a banner on there. It's called the Spice House because the owners of this property have a bay leaf farm. They produce most of the bay leaves that you get at the store. In the wintertime, they have beautiful bay wreaths that they sell, and I'm actually gonna try to see if I can get a bunch wholesale and sell them here, because I'd like to offer some stuff for the holidays. So the bay wreaths would be a nice start. So the contractor who is renting this spot, he's gonna clean up all the garbage and everything. He's also an electrician, so I think he can help me if there's any problems on the electric in the greenhouse. I haven't tested it yet. I don't need electric right now in there. But like I said before, he's gonna have goats, and I need to get something with a gimbal so I'm not bumping you guys along. This giant fenced area goes all the way down to the road, is gonna be the goat pen. So I'm super stoked. I can't wait to see them when they get here. And boy, they will make quick work of cleaning up this this enclosure. Goats are so funny. They are so industrious. So that's it, the end of day 2. I think it looks already better even than yesterday, but that's just because I have a critical eye and I've been doing the actual work. I think the big changes are going to happen this weekend when my husband and I coerce our 2 teenage boys to come out and help us with all the heavy lifting. I'm going to let them use the chainsaw to take down like these bigger coyote bush shrubs because you just can't do it with loppers. So they can do that, and they can help me haul away like these 2 things here. That's like a pallet table and an old rusty shelving unit. It's too heavy for me to lift, so I'll have them help me drag it to the garbage pile that's getting bigger by the day, and then hopefully try to figure out what to do with that. All of the hardware cloth. Yeah, that's an issue. But at least I know I have 2 spots I can grow in. The one over here on the side, and this also this lower area. Sorry, my spatial skills suck. The lower area where the pipe burst, once I get that fixed, that can also be growing area too. So if I can't figure out how to get rid of the hardware cloth right away, it's not a big deal. I can focus on the other two areas first. Get the tarps down to get them under occultation soon, like probably this weekend. Once I get all the other stuff cleared, they'll be ready to be occultating, and I can work on everything else. So that's all good news, and I'm planning to keep them under those tarps until probably the end of February, into maybe March. I'll check them the end of February and see if they need more time. So yeah, so end of day 2. I'll see you tomorrow, day 3. Day 3 of this week's vlog, working at the farm. First though, I'm going to go to my favorite nursery because they are having a 20% off sale on all their houseplants. They just got a big shipment in, and I can't resist at least taking a look. So I'll bring the camera in, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me because I'll be wearing a mask since it's indoors. So yeah, if you can't and that video ends up not working out, then I will at least show you what I bought at the end. Then I'm going to head over to the farm, and I have a bunch of work to going on over there, including trying to repair that pipe. I was able to find the PVC cement and the end caps in one of our many tubs in the garage. So I get that organized and try to get that fixed so that I can turn the pump back on from the well. Right now, nobody's using it because I don't need water at the greenhouse right now, and the Spice House isn't occupied yet by the new renter. So it's if it was going to happen, now's a good time because it didn't cause an inconvenience for anybody other than me. So okay, heading out. Okay, here we are at the nursery. I'm going to get my mask on and everything and get us inside. There's a lot to see. This is Orchard Nursery in Lafayette. I'm really lucky because I have 2 wonderful nurseries right near me. I have McDonald Nursery in Orinda and Orchard in Lafayette. So I come here on an almost weekly basis. Don't always buy things, but yeah, lots of awesome stuff. So let's go see. Okay, so keep in mind it is February, 3rd? So it's still winter, but lots of fun stuff to see here. They've got tons of plants, tons of beautiful pottery. So sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, look at that. Houseplant sale.
This was over in the 2-inch area with the plant. Another thing.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. Watch your your stuff too.
Okay, this is a really nice allocation. Look at those leaves. They're gorgeous. I think this one's gonna have to come home with me. Look at all these adorable peperomias. Chinese money plant.
So like it could be hard depending on the type of plant. Yeah. And I feel like there's something that's not really here. So it might be. Yeah, that I tried to run. Okay.
Yeah, that I tried to run.
Air plants galore.
Yeah, no, I just look at them. I just look at them.
These are really pretty too. Hylia. Look at that. I really like this peperomia. And look at this guy. Another peperomia. It's crazy how different they are, right? This one's gorgeous. And these begonias. Rex begonias. Here's string of hearts. Got gorgeous striations on those leaves.
Yeah, sometimes that's what we need, you know? We all need it sometimes.
Before, when I started working here in 1980, they had this like the crawler used to be a big giant willow. I mean, you black shade all the way. So we used to have like shady azaleas, rhododendron, and all that. We used to have like the long shade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, watching when the customers were coming by, they used to like, we had a good program on that.
Look at the edge of these leaves. So pretty. Calanchoes. Those philodendrons. That's beautiful. Look at the size of the blooms on these pansies. Called majestic giants. That's pretty amazing. Look at that color. Oh man, look at this one. Another, these are mammoth pink berry. Mammoth is right. Look at these. This one is yellow blotch, majestic giant. I really like this white note. Look at that. And there's a huge blue one. And then all the regular tiny ones, but I think I'm gonna have to take home some of these big giant ones because they're amazing. You can put them in the container right in front of the greenhouse. Got all the Iceland poppies. They don't really like to be in containers, so I'm just gonna keep growing mine from seed, but look how pretty. This, by the way, is about when you actually want to pick them. When they're like this, the petals don't last but for a couple days. Like this, cracking bud stage, that's when you actually want to harvest them. Yeah, look at all these pretty, pretty annuals. So I didn't get as much as I thought I was going to, which is good. I restrained myself. I did get this really cute alocasia. I love them, they're so pretty. And then this gorgeous philodendron. Look at the striping on those leaves. So the newer they are, they come out white, and then they, you know, add some green, and then more green, and then eventually the oldest leaves are solid green. So that's really cool. And then I also got this really pretty peperomia. And then for outside, so those are the house plants. For outside, I got a collection of those giant mammoth violas or pansies. So yes, I am growing pansies from seed in my greenhouse right now, but they're not going to be ready for quite a while. And I kind of wanted to pot up some of my outdoor containers, especially the ones around the greenhouse that I see every day and the ones by the front door. So I will use these guys. And just a little tip, when you are buying annuals at the nursery, the desire is to grab the ones that are all flowered out, right? Lots and lots of flowers. But if you do that, then you have a shorter time of blooms because they've already flowered. So I suggest going for the ones that have lots of buds, because once you get them home, here's another one right there. Once you get them home, then you'll have more time, more bloom time. So these will go in the containers I have by our front door and by the greenhouse to kind of liven it up, make it feel a little more springy. So things didn't go exactly as I had thought or had planned today. So I ended up spending my time at the farm with my husband trying to figure out why the pipe was still running water. So it took us a while to try all the different circuit breakers to turn off the pump, and we finally figured it out. So we got that done, but I didn't get any other work out there done. However, I'm pretty tired this week. It's Thursday. My brand new workout regimen started on Monday. I've been a member of My Peak Challenge since 2015, and we always launch February 1st. And so after spending the month of January doing lots of hiking and walking, but no actual workouts, this week has kicked my butt, lots and lots of burpees. So, and then all the workout at the farm and stuff. So turns out just transplanting for the rest of the afternoon is more my speed. So with that in mind, this is what I'm doing next. Here are the pansies that I got at the garden center this morning. I am going to pot up, so these little evergreens stay in these pots year round. I got them for Christmas and I decorated out the bottom around them for Christmas. And so I need to strip away all those greens. Those are greens that came from our Christmas tree. When we set it up, we cut off the bottom branches and then just, used them around the house for greenery. And so that was one of the places. So I've got to take that away, and then I'm going to add in the orange and white pansies, because I think it will be a nice contrast with the door. We have crazy color house, right? This beautiful blue, and the paint color on the door is called orange juice. So I think adding those two to these pots and then watering them in really well will be a nice addition to the front porch. Even though it's not yet spring, it'll definitely look more springy. Also, wanted to show you, first of all, look at the camellia. Secondly, look how green these azaleas are now after the iron treatment and the fertilization. So that really does work. They look so much better. Getting more and more flowers on the camellias. Yeah, happy with that. All transplanted. So I like that. They're totally gonna fill in. Look at that pretty orange, and it totally goes with the door. Yeah, so these will get bigger and bigger. They'll fill in, and they can probably stay here, gosh, most of maybe even into June or July, just depends. Next, the greenhouse. So the next round of transplanting is these scabiosa. As you can see, this bed, there's a few that are doing okay, but a lot of them got eaten up by rodents. So I'm going to plant this tray of Scabiosa seedlings, which I started a couple weeks ago in the greenhouse, and now they're ready to come out. They've been hardened off. So I'm just gonna pop those in the ground and I'll show you how I do it. So one of the nicest things about soil blocks is they are super easy to tease apart so that you can put a seedling in the ground. So here is a seedling. I just pulled it right out of the tray. The soil blocks just are really wet because I watered them in a little while ago. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find a spot, keep the spacing roughly even with all the previous spacing, which is about 6 inches apart here. Pop it in and firm it in. And do the same thing here. So I'm doing it right next to the drip. This is T-tape. There we go. So as you see, like this one here, I might leave that and see if it comes back, but actually no, I'm gonna take it out. There's not much to it, and clearly it got munched on. So I'm gonna dig there, come grab another seedling, and pop it in. So it's easy as that. I'm gonna continue and fill up the rest of this bed so that I don't have bare soil sitting here and I can get these seedlings going. So there we go, a little bit better. New seedlings planted out. And I would give you a tour of the rest of the garden right now, but oh my God, so freaking loud. Starting day 4. It's breezy again today and a little chilly. I'm hoping to get some work done, but I gotta tell you, I'm not feeling too great today, so we'll see how far I get. And I think I need to start making a list of stuff I need to bring out here with me, because I left the tripod for the camera, so I don't know how this is gonna work. Yeah, so I need to just make a checklist and then make sure that I have everything I need every time I leave the house. I'm trying not to leave any equipment or gear out here because we've no security yet. There's nobody like in the spice house yet, and that would just open, you know, offer like stuff for theft. So I'm trying not to do that yet. Once we're here full time and Oscar's here full time and the goats and everything, I think there'll be less chance of that, and I might feel more comfortable. Or I'll get a small shed to lock things up in, so that I know that they're safe, because it's easy to get into that greenhouse. You can just break a window if you want, which hopefully nobody will do. Anyway, so I'm gonna get my stuff out and start getting some work done. I'm gonna check on that pipe. In fact, I'm gonna go look at that right now. So yesterday, Mike and I had to run through a whole bunch of circuits in the circuit breaker box to try to turn off the pump, and it looks like we might have been successful. Yeah, so that's good. It's dried out, it hasn't still been running, but now I've got to dig out that pipe. It's in there, you can't even see it. That's why I brought a big shovel and a trowel with me. Dig it all out, let it dry out, and then I'll put the cement and the cap on it. So maybe I'll start with that today. So there she is, the offending pipe. You can see the broken off piece right there, and it's interesting because it broke at a join. So I've dug out the hole around it because I'm going to have to hacksaw off the pipe in order to put a new cap on it. So I'm going to clean it up. Well, I'll hacksaw off the end and then clean it up. But here's the supplies that I'm going to need. Obviously a towel to clean up, and then this little hacksaw, which can fit in this hole, so that's why it was good. I have my PVC cement. I have a whole assortment of caps here, different sizes. Hopefully one of these will fit so I don't have to go back to the store. And I've still got my trowel out here from cleaning away. One of the cool things that I discovered doing this is that this soil is super easy to dig, which is very exciting. There's a lot of clay the further you get down, but that's just like my house, my home farm. But the top layer it's very loose and loamy, which is super exciting. So I think it's gonna be really great for growing in. Okay, so starting with the hacksaw, I'm gonna do this one-handed, so let's we'll see how it goes. You just want to cut through because you need a nice clean edge. It's getting harder and harder, of course. Hopefully I have enough room in this hole and I don't have to widen the hole. There we go. All right. So that goes away. Now, it's not looking too promising that some of the caps I have are gonna work. So let's see. Hard to do this with one hand, and because I forgot the tripod, it makes it more interesting. All right. Start with this one. Nope. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna have to get, this is 3/4 inch. I don't think I have an inch one in here. Yeah. All right, well, not a big deal. At least I found the pipe and I know pretty much what size I'm gonna need. I'm gonna get a 1.5 inch and bring it back. But I've got my supplies. The pump is turned off, so it's not leaking water anymore. So that will be tomorrow's job. Okay, I just did a bunch more garbage cleanup. There's a big pile of stuff there, so I took that away. This is gonna be my focus for today. This raised bed. I did remember to, well, I switched out the string on the weeder, and I have 2 batteries and I have extra string with me. And the plan was to clear this whole patch and go on and put down the landscape fabric, which is in there. But there are a couple spots, this right here, that needs to get dug up, and I tried. And this shrub here, even with that heavy duty shovel, I'm struggling with it. So I'm gonna leave it for my husband, who's a lot stronger than me. He can rogue that out really quickly. But I am gonna get all the weeds flattened down in here today, because I can totally manage doing that unless I break the weeder or something. So since I don't have the tripod to set this up on, I will just show you the after, but this is the before. Lots and lots of weeds. So here we go. This is the after. Pardon my runny nose. I think that looks a lot better. Still this bit down here that needs to get dug out, but that's okay. So the ground's a little uneven, which is to be expected, but that will be taken care of. So first of all, it's gonna be so nitrogen rich. This is so much grass here that I'm gonna cover up with landscape fabric, and basically it's gonna compost in place. It's gonna provide a ton of nitrogen for this soil. And then, like I've said before, in about a month and a half after it sits there under cover, I'll pull the covers back, we'll lay down cardboard, and then we'll put about 2 inches of compost down just in rows, not the whole thing, just in the places where the rows will be, and we'll put straw in between to be the pathways. So I'm very happy with that so far. Almost out of battery on this for that section, but that's not surprising because boy was it thick. So I'm gonna change the battery and see how much of that I can tackle for today. And then I'll probably be done. It'll probably be time for lunch. Who knew that using a weed whacker for an hour plus could be so exhausting? My Fitbit tells me that I have 7,000 steps. That's pretty crazy. So let me show you what I did. I'm actually super impressed with this Ego battery powered weed whacker, because it only took one battery to do all of this that I'm going to show you, and I only had to change out the string one time, and I was cutting through some really thick stuff, so I'm pretty impressed. So I've already shown you the raised bed part that, you know, I weeded out. We just have to dig up those roots, and then we will cover them with tarps on Saturday or Sunday when everybody comes out. This big hump in the middle, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Those two things are going to get drug away. Those need to get dug out, but this is what I used the weed whacker on today. I don't know if you, well, I guess you're only watching it, this video. You should be able to see what it was like, but you can see how much I was able to hack down, and I can really see the hardware cloth now, and so I know exactly where it is, and I've got to make some decisions on what I'm going to do with that. There is old irrigation tubing lying around, which is fine. I'll just pull all that up. But I made quite a bit of progress. This is just all going to be green grass clippings that's going to get tarped over. Like I said, it's just going to turn to nitrogen for the soil. So much got cut down. I'm really impressed. So this giant shrub needs to come out, and it's going to be a pain because we can chainsaw it down, but there's no real way. I don't think we're going to be able to dig out that stump because it's going to be really big. So I might just be, you know, having to deal with that. It's kind of on the, so it's partially, I think once we chainsaw it down, I don't think it'll impede too much with this bed, and potentially not with this bed because it's in the wall of the bed. So I don't know, we'll see once we get it all uncovered. But you see, I'm gonna have to come in here and like re-support all this hardware cloth that's hanging down. Figure out what to do with that, which means probably digging out a lot of the dirt, trying to find the rebars, because there's a rebar post right there. So I don't know if there's another one in here or if it's just all the way down there and this wood has rotted out. So we will find out, but I'll probably have to excavate a lot of that. There's another line of hardware cloth right there. So maybe I'll just literally dig all of this out, put new wood slats in, because see, this slat fell. So it used to be 3 high. There's one down there, and then there's another one on top of it. So we'll have to kind of rebuild all of that to make it viable. So that might end up being a bigger project than we can handle for this spring, and we might be working on it through spring through summer, but I do have that other raised bed that I can plant into for sure over there on the other side of the greenhouse. And then I think I'll be able to plant into this other space here, obviously once I get the pipe fixed, and clean this out. It's really low lying, so I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that yet. Raised beds, obviously, not wooden built raised beds, but raised earthen beds, to get the plants out of the low lying area. So I don't know, we'll see, still thinking about it, but I do know that I have this space here to start with, and that is a start. I am gonna wear, so this is all like wild carrot and stuff. When I hit it with the weed whacker, the odor is almost makes me choke. Like, doesn't smell bad, it's just really strong. Like, my body's telling me don't breathe that in. So I'm going to be putting on a mask when I do this section. That's actually why I didn't do it today. So that's the end of day, 4. I'm glad I kept my jacket on. It's not cold out, but you know, everything was winging and banging, lots of rocks and stuff coming out from under the weed whacker. So I'm glad I had extra protection. I did pretty good. I got one shot to the nose with a stone. So that was fun. I don't think it did anything to me, but it hurt. Anyway, that's it for today. I don't know if I'm coming back out tomorrow or if it's just gonna be, today's Friday, by the way, for me, or if I'm just going to wait until Sunday when Mike and I come out with the kids and we get a huge amount of work done. So in the meantime, I got other stuff to do on the home farm. First order of business though is taking a shower. Day 5, and I've got the whole family out here with me. Gives me extra hands, which is great. There's a skip here now. It's all full of the garbage that was over there. So that means Oscar's been out here and he's getting to work. It's pretty exciting. Starting to see some changes. Doing the DOT pose, Dylan? No. So that's it for week 1 out at Fish Ranch Farm. Still lots of work to do, but I feel like we've made a lot of progress. I'm actually really impressed with how everything's starting to look. So lots of like nitty-gritty things to get into now, starting next week, including finishing repairing the pipe. I didn't go to the hardware store and get a cap today, so I'll be doing that in the morning, and then gonna cement that on. I'll start a new vlog tomorrow, and hopefully I can get this uploaded tomorrow. Been having a lot of problems with iMovie on my phone, telling me I have no storage even though I have tons of storage. So trying to use a lot of tricks to trick the phone into uploading videos to YouTube. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.